Hello everyone, what's up and welcome to Like a Boss, brought to you by Force Strategy Gaming. And here at Like a Boss, what we do is, well, we teach you how to play StarCraft like a boss. There's various tricks and tips that the professional players use, and I think it'll be really good for you guys to have an idea of exactly how that works. And what we're going to be looking at specifically today is Marine splitting. Now, how many times in your StarCraft career have you seen the following as a Terran player? Just hanging out with your Marines, and then what the F is that? Banelings rolling right into your face and kind of just ruining your day. And now the Banelings are of course quite happy about it. I mean, look at them. They look absolutely positively thrilled. So how do we combat this? How do we deal with Banelings with our Marines? Obviously, once the Banelings get within range of our Marines, well, our Marines are pretty much dead meat. So the idea is splitting up the Marines into groups, having several Marines fire while the Marines being chased are running away. That's the basic mentality. And so what I'm going to do right now is show you how specifically you should be doing that. Alright, so here is our troop of friendly Marines, and pretend that we've got Banelings rolling on in. Now the mentality is, again, we need some Marines shooting while the Marines being chased are running away. And what you're going to see lots of players do is you've got your entire group, and you're going to see lots of players when they see Banelings just run their Marines away. But what happens is that means that at the same time the Marines aren't firing against the Banelings. They're doing no damage, so the Banelings are going to freely chase. If all of your Marines are running away when Banelings are chasing, there is no damage being done. There's absolutely zero damage being done in that situation, and that of course is not a good thing. You need your Marines firing against the Banelings. Now the other side of this is going to be, okay, well, if I've got tanks and other units firing, then that's going to work. And yes, that is the case, but it's not always going to work that way. And this tutorial specifically is trying to show you how to combat only Banelings with only Marines in any given scenario. I mean, obviously there's so much that goes on in the game, but this is kind of just a tutorial for that specifically. So again, let's take a look here. Banelings rolling forward, Marines running away. There is zero damage from our Marines in that situation. Absolutely nothing is happening in that situation. So how do we do it so that our Marines are firing? Well, there's several methods. What you can do is you can click back and then split up into several groups, just like this. But again, realize that with that type of method, the issue is that when your Marines are moving in this position, when you're right-clicking on the ground to move your Marines, as long as they're moving, they're not going to fire. It is not until they actually stop. So right now, let's see, I've got a group of Marines here. They're pulling back. None of these Marines are going to fire. Now, it is once one stops that it's actually going to fire. So you can do several things. You know, you can pull them back, and you can just hit S for multiple groups. But that's kind of a lot of work, and that requires a lot of APM. And I know a lot of your average players aren't going to have that high of APM. So what we're going to be looking at doing is a patrol route back and then splitting guys off. And what's going to happen with this is if we patrol back, any Banelings that come within range of anyone on patrol they're going to automatically get fired on by the Marines. So basically, that is how it works. Whenever a patrolling unit comes within range of an enemy unit, it is going to attack. And let's just show you that right here. I'm going to patrol my Marine straight across this Baneling. And the second it gets within range of the Baneling, look at that, it automatically starts attacking. So that same mentality is going to hold true for this group here. And let's just roll up a couple Banelings here and show specifically an example. So what's going to happen? Let's go Banelings over here, Marines over here. Alright, so I'm going to do the patrol command this time with the Banelings rolling towards it. So I'm going to Banelings roll towards, grab my Marines, and patrol them back. And the second the Banelings get within range of the Marines, they automatically start attacking. So again, that is the mentality. That's the idea. You're going to grab up your Marines, you're going to hit patrol back, and then you just want to slice small groups, just like this. You want to slice groups of like 3 to 4 and split them up. And that is exactly how it works. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of that in action right now. Alright guys, so you know what this is called right here. This is known as the Marine Split Challenge, and you can actually go ahead and if you search for custom games right on Battle.net, you will find it. But all I'm doing here, all this is, it's to help you basically practice and work on your Marine micro and your splitting basically. And you're going to be seeing me do the exact tactic that I talked about in the video. I'm going to be stimming up, patrolling back, and then splitting into small groups. And remember, what you need is you need some Marines firing while the Marines being chased are running away. So you split them up and you successfully get them into smaller and smaller groups away from any chasing Banelings. And again, you just whatever Marines you have that aren't being chased, you're going to grab and pull back. And this is only one method. There are definitely several methods. Like I mentioned, you can pull back and use the stop command to make things fire. But if you do this patrol command, any Marine that's on patrol, any Banelings that come within range will just automatically start attacking it. And that's what's really so phenomenal about this. Now, the dynamic is switched up a little bit when Zerglings are mixed in there as well. But if they're not heavy Zerglings and you're just dealing with a lot of Banelings, then this tactic is going to work very, very well for you. The other thing to keep in mind too is a lot of times you're going to have more than just Marines. In fact, in most cases, you're probably going to have siege tanks as well, and that's going to help you quite a bit dealing with the Banelings and the Zerglings too. So just being able to practice this tactic, again, patrolling back and then splitting up into several small groups can be very, very effective for you if you really learn to perfect it. So again, that's called the Marine Split Challenge. You can search it. There's also going to be a link down to a Team Liquid thread discussing this as well, and you can find more information about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of Like a Boss. Again, this is where we're going to be showing you how to perform different tactics that professional players use in their games to be able to micro heavily, and just different tips and tricks about the game. And yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure if you enjoy the content that you do go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, keep watching and keep owning. He's also cut that extractor, the gas gathering as well, and then continue to pump out all Zerglings. Now the point of this is getting just enough roaches to bust through that frontal cannon and then running rampant inside of your opponent's base with those Zerglings. So he's going to be target firing down that cannon, and then going to be pulling in and target firing down this cannon as well, and then just running straight through Mana's base with these Zerglings. And basically, because of the fact that his opponent here, Mana, went for such an econ heavy build, he got so many